Good morning, students. For today's class, we are going to look into the prose water, the elixir of life. Okay, and from the topic itself, we all can understand that water is something which is important for us to live on this earth. We all know that water is essential for every living organism. We need water to drink, cook, to clean ourselves, then to bath. Okay. We also require this natural resource for agriculture, for industries and transportation, as in boats and ships. It's just an introduction, okay? Then we look into the lesson. The earth is covered with 70% of water and it is also called the blue planet. Even though we have so much water on the earth, only 1% is usable, as the rest is either salt water, okay, which is found in the seas and oceans, or is frozen in the ice caps. With an increase in population, the demand for this limited source is also increasing. Today, water scarcity is a problem faced by many people throughout the world. Now it is high time that we take steps to use this important resource judicially so that we have enough water for everyone in the future. Okay, we must inculcate the value and awareness among all the people. Is it clear? And so we come to know that water is the elixir of life, yes, and water separates the Libyan desert from the valley of the Nile in Egypt. Okay, on one side there is only sand, desert, and there is no life. On the other side, all the areas are full of life, green plants, fertile lands, more population, and vegetation. And water is adding beauty to the countryside. A little stream, a little pond, and the rain-fed tanks in countryside look very beautiful. One can enjoy looking upon the sun rising or setting over them. One can enjoy looking upon the sun rising or setting over them. Water in a landscape may be compared to the eyes in a human face. It can be compared to the eyes in a human face. And the successive steps in the process of soil erosion are the flow of water, heavy rains, the slope of the land, and vegetation. Our precious soil is washed away every year. So the measures suggested to check soil erosion are terracing of land, the construction of bunds to check the flow of water, the practice of contour cultivation, and planting of vegetation. Water is the basis of life. Yes, we know that. It is an essential part for every animal and plant. Water is necessary for animal life and moisture in the soil for the life and growth of plants and trees. No life is possible without water, and it is also a must for agriculture. And so what we have to do? We have to conserve and utilize water in a proper way for the human welfare. And much of Indian agriculture depends upon seasonal rainfall. In case of there is for fail of rainy season, what does it mean? It means that here it is failure of agriculture. If water is saved, it will prove valuable for irrigation and power production. Conserved water will help in irrigation, and the electricity produced by that water will also help in irrigation. The conservation and utilization of water is thus, and so if water is conserved or saved, it will prove very valuable for irrigation and power production. Conserved water will help in irrigation, and the electricity produced by water will also help in this irrigation process. The conservation and utilization of water is thus necessary for our country. We should collect rainwater and use it because rainwater is 100% pure. We should not throw waste material into water resources. The farmers should use modern methods to save water. Conservation of water is necessary to keep life going during the period when there is very little or no rainfall vast areas. And so it can be turned into fertile lands with proper use of water. To say it in short, the earth cannot be imagined without water. Yes, we cannot stay without water in this earth. It plays an important role in the life of earth. Okay. It plays an important role in the life of all. And so, what does C.V. Raman say here? He says that how water is important for plants and animals. Okay, and what are the evils it causes, like soil erosion? And he also tells that excess of water can be preserved for good purposes. Okay, it should be used in a proper manner. In the first part, what does he say? He talks about the beauty of water. That is water trickling down the rocks or water collected in small ponds that quench the thirst of passing cattle, which is a beautiful sight. Yes. Then big tanks also play a vital role in South Indian agriculture. Rice is a major crop which is cultivated in South India, and it is a beautiful sight to watch the sunrise or sunset over. One of the most remarkable facts about water is that it carries silt to far off places where it is finally deposited. The land where silt is deposited is usually very fertile. The silt that mixes with the salt water of the sea, what happens? It precipitates soon. The color of the water also changes. It changes to muddy red or brown to yellow and green, and finally to the blue of the deep sea. These shades are fascinating. That is the change of color. The flow of the water has undoubtedly played a great part in this geological process. Rapidly flowing water carries away the rich top layer of the soil. Okay, the soil which is carried away, isn't it? That is only called as soil erosion. The problem of soil erosion is one of the major significance in various countries, especially in India. Soil erosion in the initial stage is unnotified. First we cannot find it out. Later only we are able to find it out. Then it results in the formation of deep gullies, ravines and ruts. These things affect agriculture. The terrace of the land or the construction of butts to check the flow of water, the practice of contour cultivation and the planting of some types of vegetation of the measures that can be used to check soil erosion. And what we come to know, water is the basic for all life. Every animal and plant contains water in its body. Water is essential for its body. Moisture in the soil is equally important for the life and growth of plants. The conservation and utilization of water is fundamental for human welfare. At present, what happens in streams and rivers wastefully empty themselves into the sea. All the waste are left into the sea. It is clear that the adoption of techniques preventing soil erosion would help to conserve and keep the water where it is. And we shall look into some of the question answers which are given in your text. Look at the first one. What makes water one of the most powerful and wonderful things on earth? What is the answer there? It says that water has played a vast significance in shaping the course of the earth's history, and it continues to play the leading role in the drama of life. Then, how does water help in the formation of fertile lands? The water has its part to carry silt or finely divided soil in suspension. The great tracts of land formed by silt thus deposited is evident on an examination of the soil in alluvial areas. Thus, water helps in the formation of fertile lands. And how does soil erosion supply happen, and what are its main causes? The flow of water under certain conditions causes soil erosion. Sudden bursts of excessively heavy rain resulting in large run of surplus water are the principal factors in causing soil erosion. Recently you would have seen the flood, isn't it, or not, the cyclone, and so you would have seen lots of water, isn't it, on the road. After the rain we couldn't see none. And what are the measures that are used to prevent soil erosion? The terracing of land and construction of bunds to check the flow of water, the practice of contour cultivation and the planting of appropriate types of vegetation are the few measures to check soil erosion. Then how, according to Sir C.V. Raman, can rainwater as well as the water of rivers be prevented from going to waste? What should be done? There should be systematic planting of suitable trees and can prevent rainwater from going to the